kind of, not throwing herself at him, but sort of standing there in a kind of a glow of intellectual self-possession. That's
right.
what comes out of Jade's pores, I think.
I think
and
so.
That's why Jade is the most
what went into them that's
here.
the problem.
That's why there's so many males who tune into Jade's show. It's love. That's what it is.
And here we are. We've gone past the news, but I can just imagine listening to Jade's voice at home, quietly masturbating to myself at 1:05. At 1:05
just prior to hanging yourself.
But I'll do a Michael Hutchins on the doorknob.
Come back after. That's Jade's
on the doorknob,
there.
and there'd be Michael and Jade's beautiful voice.
Stop
that sort of thing,
now. Now, TISM,
Yes.
Humphrey and Ron, what we're going to do is we're going to hear something else from the album, and then we'll come back and you can talk a little bit more. We forgot about the news because you
we'll
were
do a news
entertaining
for you,
us
if you
so
like.
much.
Yeah, the news.
What song should we like to hear from De Rigor Mortis right now?
Well, you probably ought to play...
Number 2?
Yeah, that'll do.
All right. You're on RTR FM 92.1. It's 1:05. On Out to Lunch, Humphrey and Ron from TISM in the studio with me, and we'll be back with them very soon.
Hello, Australia, and welcome to Countdown. I'm Gavin Wood, and here's TISM. Fork in your ass means you're done. Your flavors and quality finish. Your flavors and quality finish. Your flavors and quality. That fork in your ass means you're done. Your flavors and quality finish.
1:08 here on Out to Lunch. That's the sounds of TISM. If you're not famous at 14, you're finished. And I do have Humphrey and Ron from TISM in the studio. If you have been listening for the last, 10 minutes or so. Now, you're playing tonight at the Watershed.
We are.
So what can we expect from a live TISM show? I believe there's rumours about that you went and bought some leaf blowers this morning. Do they have anything to do with what you'll be doing on stage
You've got
this
some
evening?
contacts there, obviously, haven't you? Yes, we're very interested in garden implements, Jade. The only reason we agreed to do the interview with you was because your name had a very organic, arboreal quality to it.
That's right. Redolent of spade.
Yes. Oh. And gardening is, we are the avant gardeners of rock.
That's
and
right. We feel actually turntables are now passé. Sampling itself, I think, should be phased out in favour of your whippersnipper, leaf blower, and general garden maintenance tools. I think Radiohead have had it too easy for too long in terms of redefining modern rock music. If you want to come along to the show tonight at the
Watershed.
The Watershed, we picked that specifically for the shed part of that. We don't care much for the water except when it's summer, when you have to do it to your garden regularly.
Yes, that's right.
If you want to come along to the Watershed tonight, you will see rock music, hear a brand of music that will take what you think is possible live on stage and expand it as if you had fed your garden with multiform manure fertiliser for the last 3 months and then turned it over regularly.
Now, there's always the promise that a TISM show is going to be more than just a rock show. It'll be an entertainment in itself. I remember seeing a live show from you a couple of years back now, I think at a big day out, and the costumes that you wore were enough to do a lot of things for an audience.
Yes, most of it repulsion, Jade, yes. Yes, I guess so. You could call it performance art, but, I wouldn't go that far to really sort of glorify what we do. Essentially, we're just a very normal band. I mean, we're more normal than all of the bands that you're seen backstage with, drinking champagne cocktails. We're far more grounded in reality than those sort of bands.
We are a sort of a band that prefers monogamy And as a monogammatic band, we feel that we have the right to make up adjectival words like monogammatic and not get picked up on it.
Absolutely. And we believe that we believe in the sanctity of love, and we feel that too many women are being objectified in the music industry. We also feel that all white Caucasian Australians should be herded up and taken to Woomera.
That's right.
And this place can be back to its rightful owners, that is Afghanistan people. There's some of our philosophies, but essentially we're in it for the chicks and the drugs, Jade.
Oh, of course. All right.
So you're the chick. Where's the drugs?
Oh. Well, we shall discuss that a little bit later, I
all
think.
right, then.
Now, what
Jade, you come on all so innocent and coy and stuff. What university course do you do here at this uni?
Oh, well, no, we don't
Were you
go
doing
into...
sociology and law or something like that?
No.
Right.
This isn't my interview. This is This is all about TISM.
I know there's a lot of...
me.
We got off at the... What time? We got the... So, according Melbourne time, it's about... in our body clock time, it's about 6 at night. Now, we got here at Perth at about 9 in the morning. The first 15 people that bumped into us said... Try and get something out of Jade. You know, it's they want to see the person behind the voice.
Try to pierce Jade's flint-like outer shell.
That's right. They want to penetrate
See
Jade's
if there
ring.
is, in fact, something...
A spark of warmth.
Yes.
Somewhere into that, inside that cold, callous, calculating...
neatly pinstripe shirt and black trouser wearing exterior.
They said that she'll try and fob you off. Even a mention of her course, and she'll... No.
I'll say that's the point at which she will bring up the barriers. That is the point, the Tim Wheeler moment.
That's
where
right.
you know it cannot go on.
Because there's something hurt that she's trying to hide, something deep down that... But I think, Humphrey, TISM are a band that shares your pain. We certainly
Absolutely,
feel a lot
Jade.
of it, and we tend to
really,
inflict it.
Don't feel intimidated by us. We are here for you, Jade.
Well, maybe we could share it perhaps another day.
Jade wins.
All
Jade
right.
won.
Jade 1, TISM 0.
Let's wrap up, and of course, if people want to go and see TISM, they can this evening at the Watershed, which is part of the Perth International Arts Festival. You're in the 11 p.m. time slot, so you'll be on stage from 11:15. And yes, Humphrey and Ron from TISM, thank you very much for coming into Out to Lunch this afternoon.
And on behalf of every male rock star you've ever interviewed, Jade, we love you.
What song should we go out with from De Rigor Mortis?
Well, I'd like you to play song 18, Jade. I'm not sure what it's called, but just put it on and see what comes out.
All right. Enjoy your show this evening.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, Humphrey and Ron from TISM, for coming into Out to Lunch today.
I will never forget you, Jade.